inside being, handcuffed.
Rose and Jerry told us she's seen a lot of social media videos of plain-clothed men bundling people into cars in the last year. When she realized it was happening to her, she says she started crying and shaking. She was arrested at a business conference after she built an online platform that enabled users to email objections to MPs about Parliament's annual finance bill.
They're being harsh, they're telling me how they'll cut me to size, how they've dealt with people worse than me, they're smarter than me, things like that. So I'm worried. At this point, I'm also thinking, surely it can't be just the website.
This time last year, proposed tax hikes in the finance bill triggered weeks of protests in more than 50 towns and cities. Demonstrators decried endemic corruption and called for President William Ruto to step down. Dozens were shot dead after protesters entered Parliament. Ruto withdrew the finance bill, but his government still increased taxes later in the year. Since then, inflation has slowed, but so has economic growth. Kenyans are still struggling with high living costs, and the government's still struggling to service its debt.
Watu wengi hawajaelewa.
A lot of people have not understood what we are trying to do. Kenya cannot be transformed without leadership that will decide how Kenya must change.
There's deep mistrust in Ruto's government and a widespread perception that nothing's been done to stop corruption. This blogger, Albert Ojwang, was killed in police custody after he tweeted about a police chief's implication in a bribery scandal. Police say they're investigating his death. It's brought protesters to the streets this week. Meanwhile, the finance minister's been defending this year's bill at public hearings, but it seems Rose's website invited public participation that wasn't welcome. She was charged last week with cybercrimes and released on bail after 4 days in detention. She says Ojwang's death is painful, but that it's time for Kenyans to speak up.
It's going in a very bad direction, and we need to take back our country, and it can be done.
Since last year's protests, discontent with the government has simmered, and Kenya's economic woes are far from over. Malcolm Webb, Al Jazeera, Nairobi, Kenya.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.